Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are WLA.
This week we are celebrating Red Ribbon Week here at Wasatch.
Wasatch Warrior or drug-free.
Everybody please wear red on Thursday and come over at lunch and sign a pledge to carve out drugs.
And now over to the video.
Baseball not only is a passion, there's nothing better than, hitting a home run and, you're almost floating around the bases. You're, on cloud nine. It's a nice escape where, when you're in school, you get those 3 hours on the baseball field not to think about the test the next day or, your exam coming up or, your SATs that you're prepping for. It's a good escape where for those 3 hours, I can compete and do what I love to do. Well, I was lucky. I had a father that was a police officer, a mother that worked in our school system. So I remember at a young age kind of getting that foundation. I had 3 younger brothers. So I think that, just growing up, with that solid foundation, kind of gave me a pathway towards, making correct decisions. I knew that I had to be a leader for my brothers. I knew I had to be a role model for my brothers. I think coaches were a big influence. Obviously my mother, my father, grandparents. So I tried to draw a little bit from each of them. And I understood that, along the way that, there's some tough choices that you have to make. But with those choices, after you make them, you have those decisions and there's consequences to pay. But I've always tried to be aware that the choices and decisions that I do make in life, there's going to be consequences, good and bad. I had friends, and they were probably a lot closer friends before, they started, into alcohol or drugs or, what have you. And, I tried to separate myself as much as possible because that's not who I wanted to be. That's not who I am. And I knew that I made good grades. Fortunately that was pushed on me. I couldn't play baseball if I didn't make good grades. And that's something that at the time, you kind of stomp your feet and, whine about. But, my parents said, hey, you don't make the grades, you don't play baseball. It's as simple as that. And I knew I wanted to play baseball. And I knew that the first time I'm caught, drinking underage, or the first time I make a bad choice and, drink alcohol or I, do drugs, and somebody catches me, all of a sudden that scholarship or that college opportunity, goes away. So, I'm glad that, I could say up to this point that I've never done a drug, and I'm proud of that. And that's something that, might not be the cool option when you're in middle school or high school, but, fast forward, I'm 33 now, probably some of the best decisions I've ever made. Well, I think everybody wants to be liked, but I'm glad that, I never altered or changed my values or what I believe in, in order to be liked. If people don't like me for the way that I am, well, too bad. So I think for me, I've never been one to say, okay, this group of people or this group of friends wants me to act this way, let me do that. That's not who I am, and that's not, people shouldn't be chameleons to try to be one person when they're around somebody and a completely different person when they're around somebody else. I think you should be liked for who you are. So it's okay to be different. It's okay to, if people don't like you for who you are, it's their loss. Of course there's temptations along the way, but when you get to those crossroads, which choice do you make? Which is gonna define your career? Which is gonna define your life? And those are the things that I think about, before I make big decisions, is how is this gonna affect my career? I wanna be the best baseball player possible. When I put my head on my pillow at night and I'm done playing this game, I wanna say, I accomplished everything I could accomplish doing it the right way and making the correct choices. And so far I feel good about that, and I can put my head on my pillow and sleep at night great, knowing that, up to this point that I felt like I've made pretty good choices. Hi, this is David Wright, third baseman for the New York Mets, and my natural high is baseball. What's yours?
Hi, I'm Khalil Reyes, one of your 7th grade reps.
And I'm Logan Sorensen, your president.
Okay, so the girls and boys soccer pizza party today after school on the soccer field. Come ready to play and eat.
Come support our music department this week. Tonight is the orchestra concert at 7 p.m. and tomorrow night is the band concert at 7 p.m. See you there. Just to let you all know, the trading post will be open this Thursday since we don't have school on Friday. Bring all your wampum and get some great treats and prizes. All wampums collected up through Thursday will go into a drawing for some awesome prizes for the quarter. Start earning those wampums and redeem them on Thursday.
Have a terrifying Tuesday, Wasatch!
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with